Welcome to Wealth Hustle 247 podcast, your trusted guide to financial literacy, business innovation, and entrepreneurial success. Learn how to grow your wealth, make informed decisions, and turn your ideas into profitable ventures.
Discover the blueprint for financial success in the science of getting rich on the Illacertus Channel. This AI-generated overview reveals the proven principles that can help you unlock your true wealth potential. Learn how to shift your mindset, take inspired action, and manifest the riches you deserve. The science is clear, success is within your reach. Start your journey to prosperity today.
We're diving into something really fascinating today. We're taking a deep dive into The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles.
Oh, yeah, I know that one.
It's a classic from the early 1900s,
Mm-hmm.
but it still makes waves today. And honestly,
It does.
we're going to unlock its secrets
Yeah.
without making you read the whole thing.
Yeah.
So for those unfamiliar, Wattles makes this pretty bold claim, right? He says, there's an exact science to getting rich.
Like a formula.
A formula, yes,
Okay.
just like math.
Mm-hmm.
And he believes anyone can apply it. Now, I got to say, this book has stirred up some serious debate over the years,
Oh, I bet.
right? You've got folks who swear by its principles
Yeah.
and others who are, well, a little more skeptical.
I can see that.
But hey, that's what makes this deep dive so interesting. We're going to explore both sides, give you the full picture, and let you decide for yourself.
Sounds good.
What really grabbed me about this book is, well, it's not what you'd expect. It's not about that cutthroat, dog-eat-dog world.
No.
It actually emphasizes creation over competition.
Really?
Yeah. Instead of fighting for a slice of a limited pie, it suggests that we can all actually expand the pie itself.
Interesting. So how does Waddle suggest we make that shift? We're all kind of hardwired to think in terms of competition.
Right. It's almost like it's ingrained in us.
It is.
Well, Wattles throws in this concept of, get this, a thinking substance.
Okay.
And it permeates everything, right? So picture like a vast, invisible ocean of pure potential.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
Our thoughts, right?
Yeah.
They're like waves in this ocean.
I like that.
And by focusing those waves, with clarity and intention, we can actually get this, shape the reality around us.
Ooh.
It's kind of like that saying, thoughts become things.
Right.
But on a cosmic scale,
I do, yeah.
Wattles argues that we all have this incredible potential within us. It's like, that child who can feel the music inside.
Yeah.
But they haven't mastered the piano to express it yet.
Mm.
We all have those desires, those dreams, but we need to learn how to tap into this thinking substance and make them a reality.
So how do we go from that competitive mindset, that scarcity, there are limited resources, to this mindset of limitless potential?
That's the million-dollar question. Wattles suggests a fundamental shift, like a total perspective change. He says the competitive mind, right? It scrambles for what's already there, while the creative mind focuses on generating new wealth.
Okay.
So instead of fighting over scraps, we create something new.
Got it.
He has this great example to illustrate this. Imagine an Eskimo, right, trading furs for a valuable painting.
Okay.
That painting might have a high cash value, right?
Yeah, sure.
But it's useless to the Eskimo in their environment.
Right.
It has no use value.
Sure.
So the real value comes from creating something useful, solving a problem, meeting a need.
I see. So it's about more than just profit.
Exactly.
It's about creating something that truly adds value to the world.
Absolutely. Now, another thing that really stood out is how Wattles talks about gratitude.
Okay.
And it's more than just, saying thank you.
Right, right.
He sees it as this powerful force, almost like a mental magnet, right?
Interesting.
He suggests that when we are grateful, truly grateful,
Yeah.
we align ourselves with this creative force, this thinking substance,
Okay.
and we start attracting more of what we're focusing on.
So gratitude is like a key to unlocking abundance.
It's not just about feeling good. It's about actively shaping our reality.
Mm-hmm.
He even brings in this quote from the Bible, and it says, draw nigh unto God, and he will draw nigh unto you.
Mm.
And that really speaks to this law of attraction.
The idea that attracts
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Gratitude attracts more good things into our lives. So I'm curious, what are you grateful for right now? Just take a moment to think about it.
Yeah.
How might that gratitude be shaping your life, even in small ways? Now, Wattles is clear. Thinking good thoughts isn't enough. We have to actually do something. We need to combine thought with action.
Okay, so it's not just about wishing for something, but actively working towards it.
You got it. But he's not talking about forcing our will on the world or anything like that.
No manipulation or shady tactics?
No, no, no. He actually cautions against that. He says it's unethical and ultimately counterproductive.
It goes against the whole idea of creating abundance for everyone.
Exactly. He believes true wealth comes from a different place, from acting in a certain way.
In a certain way. That sounds a bit vague. What does that even mean in a practical sense?
I know, right? It sounds kind of mysterious. But what's fascinating is that he's not talking about manipulating others or forcing our will on the world. It's actually quite the opposite.
It's more about mastering ourselves, aligning our thoughts and actions with our vision, self-discipline, consistency, unwavering faith in the process.
So internal alignment, not external manipulation.
Yeah, and this is where it gets practical. Like he says, we need to take action in the present moment, like right now in our current circumstances, even if they're not ideal.
No waiting for the perfect opportunity or anything.
Exactly. He uses the example of someone, stuck in a job they hate.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of waiting for something better, he encourages them to start acting in a certain way right there in the current job.
Interesting. So, how would that look practically?
Well, Waddles suggests approaching every task, no matter how small or mundane, with excellence.
Huh.
Infuse each action with the vision of what we want to achieve, with that faith that we're moving towards our goal.
It's like how you do anything is how you do everything.
Exactly. Bring that intentionality to everything we do. And he also cautions against overwork and mindless busyness.
Yeah.
It's not about doing more things, but about doing things more effectively, more intentionally.
Working smarter, not harder.
He uses this analogy of a ship's captain. The captain doesn't just randomly steer the ship. They have a clear destination in mind and use a compass to guide their actions, constantly making adjustments to stay on course.
So our will is like the captain guiding us towards our desired outcome.
Exactly.
Mhm.
We use our will to stay focused on our vision, resist distractions, and keep moving forward even when we face challenges.
But what about when we hit a roadblock?
Oh, yeah.
Things don't go according to plan.
Waddles acknowledges that setbacks and unexpected challenges are inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, he sees them as opportunities for growth and course correction.
Okay, so it's not about avoiding obstacles, but learning from them.
He tells this fascinating story about a student who was diligently working towards a specific business deal only to have it fall apart at the last minute for no apparent reason.
Oh no, that's so frustrating.
It would be easy to get discouraged, right?
Totally.
But what's surprising is that the student actually felt grateful the deal hadn't gone through.
Grateful. Why?
Because just a few weeks later, a much better opportunity presented itself.
Wow, so what seemed like a failure was actually a redirection towards something better.
Precisely, Waddles suggests that sometimes what appears to be a failure is actually the universe guiding us towards something greater.
That's a really reassuring perspective. It's like
Yeah.
when one door closes, another one opens.
Exactly. He encourages us to trust the process, have faith that even when things don't go as planned, we're still being guided towards our ultimate good.
And that ties back to the importance of gratitude, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's about trusting that even when things are tough, there's a bigger picture unfolding.
Absolutely. Gratitude is not just a nice feeling. It's a powerful force that keeps us aligned with the creative flow of the universe.
So how do we cultivate that unwavering sense of gratitude, especially when things aren't going our way?
Waddles suggests spending time each day contemplating the good things in our lives, focusing on what we're grateful for, and expressing that gratitude to the universe. He even says we should be grateful for the challenges.
Grateful for the challenges. That seems counterintuitive.
I know, right? But he sees challenges as valuable lessons, opportunities for growth. He's encouraging a shift in perspective, moving away from lack and scarcity toward abundance and gratitude.
So it's about choosing to see the good even when things are tough.
Exactly. And this brings us to another interesting concept, the impression of increase.
Yeah, I was wondering about that one. What does he mean by the impression of increase? It sounds a bit mysterious.
It is a bit, isn't it? But it's more than just thinking positive thoughts. It's about cultivating a deep inner knowing that we're in a state of expansion and growth and radiating that energy outward in all our interactions.
So it's almost like embodying abundance.
Exactly. He suggests that we approach every interaction, whether in business or our personal lives, with the intention of adding value, of contributing to the well-being of others, seeing ourselves as conduits of abundance, as channels through which good flows into the world.
That's a beautiful image. So by radiating this impression of increase, we attract more abundance into our own lives.
That's the idea. It's like sending a signal to the universe. We're open to receiving, we're ready to share, and we believe in the limitless possibilities of growth and expansion.
But he also cautions against seeking power over others, right?
Mhm.
It's not about dominating or controlling others to get what we want.
Exactly. He sees that as a trap, a distraction from the true path to riches. True power for Waddles lies in mastering ourselves, in aligning our thoughts and actions with the creative forces of the universe.
So it's about empowering ourselves and others rather than seeking to control them.
Right, and he encourages us to be mindful of our motives. Why are we pursuing wealth? Is it driven by a desire to contribute to make a positive impact on the world, or is it just about personal gain?
That's an important question to ask ourselves. And it leads us to another concept. He talks about the advancing man.
Ah, yes. The advancing man is someone who's constantly striving to expand their capacity to learn and grow, to take on greater challenges and responsibilities.
So it's about constantly pushing ourselves to reach for something more, to contribute at a higher level.
Exactly. He uses the example of Abraham Lincoln, who, despite his lack of formal education, rose to become one of the greatest leaders in American history. Waddle suggests that we all have that same potential for greatness within us.
That's inspiring. So we shouldn't let our current circumstances limit our beliefs about what we're capable of achieving.
Not at all. He encourages us to have faith in our own potential, to believe that we're capable of achieving far more than we can currently imagine. And remember, the path to riches for Waddles isn't about competition, it's about creation. It's about expanding the pie for everyone.
That's a powerful message.
Yeah.
So if you're feeling stuck, if you're questioning your abilities, remember Lincoln, remember the advancing man, and have faith that you too can achieve greatness.
And remember, the universe is conspiring to support you. All you need to do is align your thoughts and actions with the creative forces that are always at work, always moving towards greater expression, greater abundance, greater life.
It's like he's saying, stop focusing on what you can't do and start focusing on what you can.
Yeah, and he even tackles that fear that, there's not enough to go around.
Oh yeah, like if someone else succeeds, it means less for me.
Exactly. But Waddle says that's just not true.
Hmm.
The supply of wealth, he says, is actually limitless.
Limitless.
Limitless. The universe is constantly creating new forms, new possibilities.
It goes back to that thinking substance, right? That raw material for everything.
Precisely. There's an inexhaustible supply of it, just waiting to be molded into new forms.
So instead of worrying about what others are doing, we should focus on our own vision.
Exactly. Strengthen our faith and take action.
It's like, stop fighting over crumbs and bake your own cake.
I love that. And he emphasizes this isn't about taking from others.
Look,
It's about adding to the world.
Creating something new.
Something valuable that benefits everyone.
He has this great quote. He says, when you get it, every other man will have more than he has now. It's a win-win. Everyone prospers.
That's what I find so appealing about this approach. It's not just about me getting mine. It's about creating a world where we all have the opportunity to thrive.
But he does say that some people will resist these ideas.
Oh, absolutely.
People who, cling to old ways of thinking.
The zero-sum game, folks.
Yeah, but he warns against arguing with them.
Yeah, it's a waste of energy.
It can weaken our own faith, right?
Exactly. The real power is in the demonstration.
So don't try to convince them. Just live by example.
Show them it's possible to create wealth and abundance in a way that benefits everyone.
If you're surrounded by negativity, remember, you don't need to convince anyone. Just focus on your vision.
Let your actions speak for themselves.
Now, he goes even further. He says we should avoid dwelling on negativity altogether.
Even in our own thoughts.
So, no doom scrolling.
Nope. He's very clear. We shouldn't spend our time studying poverty.
Or reading about, all the bad stuff happening.
He says it reinforces the idea of scarcity in our minds.
And that holds us back.
It does.
He even critiques traditional charity. He says it often perpetuates the problem.
It's not that we shouldn't help those in need, but he believes the most effective way to do that is by demonstrating these principles ourselves.
Inspiring others to believe in their own potential.
Exactly. Teach a man to fish. Right.
Exactly. Empower them to create their own abundance. So if you're feeling overwhelmed by the negativity, remember Waddle's advice.
Focus on solutions, possibilities, the creative power within you.
And this isn't just about money. It's about enriching your whole life.
Health, relationships, spiritual growth, everything.
When we align ourselves with those creative forces, all good things flow.
It's about tapping into that infinite source of abundance, letting it express through us.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with a question.
Okay.
What if that formless substance isn't some distant mystical force?
Mm.
What if it's a closer, more accessible?
What if it's in the connections we make?
The value we create, the gratitude we cultivate,
What if it's all around us, waiting to be molded into our dreams?
something to ponder as you continue your own journey toward a richer, more fulfilling life.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
We hope you found it insightful and empowering.
Remember, the power to create the life you desire lies within you.
Until next time, keep thinking creatively, keep acting purposefully, and keep believing in the limitless possibilities.
That's it for today's episode of Wealth Hustle 247. Be sure to follow, like, comment, and share with others. Keep pushing toward your goals, and we'll see you in the next episode.